if you think you've got Bakasana crow pose down, let's mix it up a little bit. Come with me. We are doing Parsva Bakasana, which is side crow. Testing your balance on each side of your body. When you're ready, grab a couple of blocks, a big cushion. We're going to go through those 3 key things that we need to remember in this arm balance pose. I'm Angie, and when you're ready, I will meet you over on the mat. Let's get into Parsva Bakasana. Grab your blocks so they are near you by your side and you can reach for them with ease. Now, we are facing towards the front of our mat, knees together, feet together. If you need to do a warm up, please make sure that you do the first class in this series so that you're really nice and mobile and limbered up to be able to do this pose. And then we start to bring our hands either side of our knees, lean the body forwards, tuck the toes, and then lean the weight back, lifting your knees and coming into this toe stand. Find your balance. If you're really wobbly, it's okay. You're going to grab a couple of bricks and place your hands there to help you find that stability. You can also take 1 brick or block in each hand to give you a bit more stability. See how that feels just to open up through the heel, lifting off the floor and putting the weight into the toes. And we shift forwards and back. To the front, take your breath in. To the back, take your breath out. Good. Inhale as you come to the front. Exhale to the back. Good, let's start lifting through the chest. So I want you to think about elevating and lengthening up through the spine, pushing the tailbone towards the front of the space. You're coming into a more straightened version of this. And your arms can come in front of you to steady yourself. Now, I mentioned there's 3 really important things. I always talk about this. Yes, it's your physical body. We know that in yoga as your anamaya kosha, or the physical layer. The physical sheath. You got to keep that flexible, you got to keep that mobile. That's excellent for your health. That's 1. The second thing, your drishti. Drishti is the yogic word for your gaze. So in Sanskrit, it means gaze, where you're looking. If I look down now, I am more likely to fall. So I'm keeping my drishti straight ahead. Similarly, if I look up, that's going to change my balance. So where you're looking is really important. And then thirdly, your breath. Every time I teach this pose, people are unintentionally holding their breath because that is what they do when they feel stressed. If you're someone that holds your breath when you're in a stressful situation, this yoga practice that we do on the mat is going to really transform your life off the mat, because you're going to realize that you don't need to hold your breath and you can breathe through tricky situations. So allow the breath, we know that as our prana, to flow evenly in and out. As you keep that prana flowing, bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer position at the center of the chest. Now we start to slowly turn our head over towards the left side, and we're just taking a twist over to that same left side. The top of your right elbow is coming just above your left knee. You're deepening that twist. So you first start off here, and then I want you to think about pushing the elbow into the knee, but the knee's pushing back into the elbow so that you're creating that shift and that openness. So see the difference from here to here, really opening that chest up, peeling the left shoulder back in space, maintaining that breath. We're not even there yet, but we're working on it. You've got to take it step by step. Okay, let's start to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to come a little bit further back, and we've really worked through the strength of the feet and the lower body, bringing our blocks down, and we're placing our hands on our blocks. So the biggest mistake I see people make is they have their hands way too far out. I want you to really think about drawing your elbows so close in that you've got that upper body, lower body connection. That is so important, as you know, if you did the last class where we worked into Bakasana crow pose. You've got to keep that upper body, lower body in contact with one another. Pressing the fingertips into the blocks if you've got them, or you can place them straight onto the ground. We just start to shift the weight forwards. And I want you to think about your drishti. That gazing point is down and slightly ahead. It's not directly down. So we're shifting forwards and back. All you're doing, forwards and back. I don't want you to worry about trying to jump up or hop or anything like that. You're just building that connection from the lower body to shift onto the upper body. Good, now exactly the same, coming back to where you were. Blocks are going. Hands are coming to the floor. That same maintaining connection, gazing down and ahead, keeping the prana flowing, using your breath, forwards and backwards. See how that differs from when you had your blocks underneath you. As you shift the weight forwards, feel how that sensation changes as the weight's coming more into the hands, but your feet can absolutely stay on the earth. Good, let's bring it back. You're going to feel that in your arms. Shake it off, come down if you need to. Absolutely, take a breather, take a break, put me on pause, whatever you need to do. As we come into Parsva Bakasana, I don't actually have a big pillow or cushion in this room, but if you do, grab it, place it in front of you. That is going to give you such a safety net. Look, whenever I teach people, the biggest fear is falling, and therefore there's actually not that lift that happens because there's the fear of falling. If you've got a cushion in front of you, know that firstly, it's a rite of passage to fall in this pose, and secondly, you've got protection, you're doing this safely. So get your cushion set up, and we're going to start thinking about taking one leg to hop off the mat, and then maybe the other, and maybe you find a bit of air time and you find a little lift. Give it a go, see where you come to. If you are someone that can do this pose and you're working on strengthening it, you can come into lifting both of your feet off. And when you're there, I want you to focus on a nice deep bend in both of your elbows being maintained throughout. So think about those chaturanga dandasana arms, elbows are squeezing in into the back of the space. And I want you to think about where you're looking. And I want you to think about keeping that breath steady. Those three things are going to keep you in the pose for a lot longer, and you're going to actually enjoy it. Remember, wherever you are, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. That is really what it's about. Breathe through it. Let's play. So we're coming down, a deeper bend in the elbows, keep that connection, gaze down and ahead. Maybe it's a little hop, one foot, maybe both feet, and maybe you find some air time, some lift off. Good, the feet are super glued together. Pushing the ground away with your two hands, maintaining that breath. And whenever you're ready, slowly coming up. Dropping the knees down. Let's take a little child's pose all together. If by all means you need to practice more, you want to have more playtime, you can keep playing, pop me on pause, do more playtime, and then press play because this bit is important. Let's come into Balasana child's pose. Knees are really nice and wide. Sit your glutes back towards your heels. And then we'll slide the hands forward, resting the head in a downwards direction. Feel that nice stretch into the openness of the inner thighs. Shoulders are away from your ears. Breath slows down. Good, slowly lift your head up, gaze to the front of the space, slide your hands back and meet in Vajrasana, Thunderbolt pose or your kneeling pose. You did such a great job. Now, what I want you to do is do the video again, but you're going to do the other side. I just showed you one side, so I need to make sure that you are balanced out before you leave this class with me. Go back to the beginning, do the other side. And if you were like, no, I couldn't do it, I'm not going to try on the other side, let me tell you, I promise you, there are one side that is easier than the other. We are just lopsided people, and you might have found that impossible on that left side, and the right side you might lift up with such ease and grace you won't even recognize that it's you doing it. So I promise you, this is really a practice to try to be kind to yourself and to really do the inner work of yoga, which is to understand what is your inner narrative, what is your mindset when you're coming to these things. These are just shapes we're making on our mat. It's no big deal. You're not more spiritually enlightened if you can do the shapes compared to people who can't. So give it a go on the other side, and I really hope you're enjoying this series so far. I will see you for our next class in this series where we are working on side crow into Kundanyasana A. See you there. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.